Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kissed by Starlight. Thank you for being here. So today's messages from your angels, your guides, your helpers are to just ask, what message do you most need to hear today? What one message you most need to hear today? Let's see what they were. Ooh. And we've got an emerald tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. Oh, so what are you manifesting today? What have your dreams been about? So I'm just picking up a card that's fallen out onto the floor. We've got Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, and future thinking. My goodness. So it feels like there's been some serious conscious recalibrations going on here at the mind level, at the thought level. And really these are being radiated out across through the timelines, bringing in absolute divine magic to you as you've been calling out to that. Now I'm sensing a real energy of Archangel Raphael coming through this emerald tablet activation. You know, the emerald tablets are, if you want to look into those, very interesting information there about ancient wisdom and alchemy that's been kept secret and kept held, a universal language that was understood, that was part of our consciousness and can still be part of our consciousness now, as we will it and as we call out for it. And these beautiful galactic beings, the Arcturians, bringing huge leaps for mankind, for humanity, for us going forwards as we think about how to create communities that are based on love and based on the success of everybody. So really curious to see what your one message is actually today, what that message is going to be. And we've got shell. We've got shell reversed. So I think the overriding message is to achieve this abundance, to really tap into this cosmic nectar, I'm being told, is to allow yourself really to think in ways that are outside of the box, you know, to accept where you've been and who you've been up until now, to accept everything about you that has needed to be and speak and show up in a certain way for the reasons that you had to do that. But now there's this real emphasis on allowing yourself to really grow into the you that has learned all of those lessons over how many lifetimes, over how much time, even in this lifetime, the lessons that you've learned, to allow yourself to grow and expand according to those, and not to be trying to fit yourself into a mold or a box or a way of being that is anything other than your own. No matter what life is showing you, you know, around you, it may be that others are trying to contain you into the form of you that they know, that they are used to, that they're comfortable with. It may be that others are either helping you to grow, and that's wonderful, you know, that are embracing all of those sides of you, those parts of you, those gifts, those talents that only you came with. You know, others have those gifts and talents, but we're all different. We all have our own individual way of bringing these forwards and imparting these to others, and just, you know, who we are by our very individual nature. We have our own perfect way of imparting knowledge to, in the ways that we do, and of showing up in the way that we do authentically as our real self. And that is the message, is you've been learning a lot about your shadow, you've been learning a lot about the light, you've been learning about how these two interact with each other, how the light calls the shadow to it, how the shadow, once it's embraced by the light, can, you know, be used in a way where we learn very much from it, where we understand ourselves even better, even more deeply, and we grow as beings, and we sort of are really pulled into even more light. And so ultimately the shadow is working for the light, because it brings us back to all the ways that this has been useful for us, all the ways that this has helped us, and how now it is ready to expand, to grow, to be stronger, better, brighter, whatever it is that is going on for you. And we've got the card of smoke. So the card of smoke, you know, is about, for me today, and this card will mean different things to everybody, but for me today, it's almost like a warning that other people may try to bring you into versions of you that you've grown out of. Other people may try to bring you back to patterns. And it may not be other people, it may be situations, it may be a situation, it may be a kind of initiation. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word, that is asking you to be the best version of yourself. A situation that's come up that, you know, there's that saying, there's no smoke without fire. So where the smoke is leading you, what's your intuition telling you about this situation? Where have you learned in this? What have you learned from, you know, from the past, from all of this about you, and what does this message bring to you now? Does it bring to you a message to act in a certain way, to speak in a certain way, to what's it telling you? Is it speaking of danger? And how will you react to that? Will you go into fear, or will you come from love? Will you immediately react in an emotional way? Maybe that's a pattern that has been there for you. Or will you look at it, know it for what it is, and speak on what it is, and maybe even warn others about it? It may be that it's your job and your responsibility to tell others about something that isn't right, or something that is impending, or feeling as if it's needing to be witnessed and heard, and only you will know what that is. It's interesting, we've got this full moon, you know, we've only very recently here had a full moon, probably about, I don't know, maybe about 10 days ago roughly, from the time of this reading. Obviously this is a timeless reading, so it will, if it resonates, then it will be for you, where you know, depending on you know, what you're interpreting from your own intuition, because you must only listen to your own intuition. And again, that's kind of what this card is saying, to listen to your intuition, to understand what you've learned. You're now at the top of something. You're now out of a situation. You're no longer in the depths of it where you can't see the wood for the trees. You're now in the vantage point. You're now at the point where you can see exactly what's going on. You can see what is the exact cause of this smoke. Where is the danger? Is there danger? Do you need to act on this? And if you need to act on this, how will you act on this? And what will you do based on everything you've learned? And again, it's about listening to your intuition. So it may be that recently you felt you haven't been listening to your intuition. Perhaps that's for some reason you haven't been trusting yourself, or perhaps you've been trying to operate in ways that you've outgrown. You've transformed. You've become a different version of yourself. I mean, it feels as if we've changed beyond recognition in some ways. It seems as though we've changed beyond how we've even known ourselves, how we've understood ourselves, and who we've understood ourselves to be. The masks are slipping, the masks are coming off, people are revealing their true identity. Perhaps, you know, you're no longer able to hide behind, you know, for example, these are just examples, being polite when actually something really needs to be said, or not standing in your power, or not standing in your truth, or hiding a part of you, something that is really important for you. Perhaps it's something you've always wanted to do or be, or a career direction that you're now wanting to move into because it's where your heart is calling you, and you're no longer able to hide that because this is the truth of you. This is your truth. And sorry, coming back to this, because I've just been reminded to speak about the moon. About 10 days ago, we had this really powerful supermoon, which is one of 3, that there are 2 more to mark as we move into the November and December, the end of the year. There will be 2 more, and they're a powerful activation in themselves. They are working together to bring us into our truest self, into our highest power. And it may be at times that there are things about your intuition that you don't really like to hear. Perhaps there's something that's been nagging at you and you haven't actually wanted to acknowledge it for whatever reason. Maybe it means you're going to have to make an uncomfortable change, or, you know, do something that you don't like the idea of doing, or you don't know how to do. Perhaps it's just the unknown that is putting you off. Perhaps it's that sense of, oh, you know, is this going to work out? What if I do this? What if I don't do this? All of these thoughts and are coming to you. But as we were in the energy of the full moon, and we are still kind of in that energy of stepping into our truest self, stepping into our power, stepping into our wisdom, it's becoming more important than ever that you're feeding the voices of truth, and that you're stepping into the voices of truth, and no longer are you allowing others to dictate to you, or situations to dictate to you what is your truth. You are allowing yourself to move through this initiation. It does feel a bit like an initiation where you're called on to make, perhaps it's going to be a different decision from the ones you've made before. Perhaps you're going to be asked to speak more truthfully than you've been able to before, or to stand up to something that has been doing you wrong, or a situation that is wrong, or that is not serving, that maybe is actually hurting or harming. It may be a cause that you are feeling called to fight for. Maybe there's a, you know, maybe there's, you want to protect nature or wildlife or the trees. You know, perhaps there are different situations coming up that are making you feel sad, or really that you can't tolerate any longer, and you're being called into helping at some level where you've not been able to help before. Perhaps there's something only you can bring, your own individual message, and that's why you're being asked to step into your truest self. Because as you step into your truest self and you seek to know yourself in your truest self, then you're able to bring the message that only you can bring in the way that only you can bring it, because nobody else is you, and nobody else has exactly the same medicine that you do, because you are, when I say medicine, I mean magic, you know, healing. Only you can bring that in your own particular way. There will be others that can bring it, but it won't be the same as you. And, you know, maybe there are difficulties, maybe there are things that are troubling you, or situations that are troubling you. So really what this is telling me is that you have everything you need. You have all of the information and the wisdom that you need. There was this activation at the beginning from the emerald tablets, this reminder of our cosmic knowledge, of our ability to manifest, to order what we need from the universe, to speak. And my dog is just confirming that for us. The ability to use your voice, to speak into existence that which you now need to order from the universe. Put in your order. Trust that those exact things that you need, that you're looking for, or those exact people, places, circumstances, will help you in whatever this situation is, whatever it is. You are in a vantage point now to be able to serve and to help, to maybe put out a fire, or put out gossip or rumors or things that are just the beginning signs of something. You know, the smoke is the first sign of the fire sometimes, especially up here. So you're able to put this fire out because you can see it, and at the moment it hasn't caused any damage. So, you know, there is a good chance that at this time you're able to actually help in the resolution of whatever this situation might be, and help in the healing of whatever this situation might be, and help others maybe, or if not others, yourself as you walk forwards in the highest vision and the highest actuality of who you truly are, and you have a lot of support around you. So consciously ask for what you need. Trust it will come. Trust that you are able to walk forwards and help others walk forwards in this beautiful golden age where we're being asked to live consciously, to live from the heart, have heart-centered actions. And that doesn't mean being a pushover or not having boundaries. It means that we operate from love, and when we operate from love, we know that the highest good can be served for all of us, as you know, the beautiful divine beings intended for us. And in doing this, we serve everybody, and we also serve the earth and nature and all these beautiful animals which feature so strongly in these cards, that I feel really called to say that maybe this is around animal welfare, maybe this is about nature conservation or something around that, or, you know, looking after these beings with love and with kindness, and helping others do the same. You know, spreading knowledge, whatever it is, you will know it will be different for everybody. And I am just here to pass on a message, if it resonates for you, to say, no longer diminish yourself in any way, shape or form. No longer shrink yourself to fit in spaces that you no longer fit. Allow your truest, most authentic and lovingly powerful self to step into the limelight now, to step into the picture now, and lead you through whatever situation has been difficult to face, or difficult to look at, or difficult to be truthful with yourself about, and walk yourself out now into liberation. And with yourself walking out, you're automatically liberating others and helping them walk out of any situations or circumstances which feel like they are in some way, shape or form hiding the truth, or keeping others from being free. So my beautiful ones, this was your reading. I do hope it was enjoyable, helpful and healing for you. If you liked it, please do consider liking, sharing and subscribing my video, as it all helps me be able to post out free content to you and helps spread the love. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next time.